from a different start.
There's about a 9% divorce rate in Colombia these days, right? So these are women that come to this process relatively young. They want to get married, they want to stay married, they're going to live in the relationship that they create. It's very, very important to them. They have a cultural paradigm that's very much against divorce. This is very, very common, just like it is here in the States. And you know, it's not all the women's fault. It's difficult for men to be productive. It's difficult for them to get jobs. They work very hard, the men in Ukraine. They're very educated, but there just aren't a lot of resources for them. So by the time, you know, they hit their early 30s, they become very, very disillusioned and frustrated. And their way of dealing with that are some escapist behaviors that just aren't really healthy for relationships, like staying out late at night, drinking with your friends, messing around with women, that kind of thing. So I think you'll find that typically the women come to us younger in Latin America, and they want to get married. They want to start families that are going to be fairly large. And you know, they come to us probably most of the time in their mid-20s, early 30s. They've been married, they've been divorced. Many of them already have a child. They very much are looking for a knight on a horse. They're looking for a hero who will come into their lives and be reliable and be stable and all the things that their men can't be. Those are just some of the basic differences that I wanted to break down for you to help you guys decide where it is that you want to go and meet lots and lots of beautiful women. The good news is, if you choose Latin America, if you choose any of our Asian destinations, you're going to meet an insanely large number of extremely nice women, and we're looking forward to hosting you on a tour soon.
The divorce rate is less because I think the men and the women are putting a lot more effort into this. I mean, look at what you guys are doing right now. On a Monday evening, you're on this webcast, watching this, listening to me, trying to get more information. There's probably better things you could be doing than this right now, but this is something that's important to you. So you're spending the time, you're doing your due diligence to try to find that right match for you. And I think that's great. And then the women themselves, they are actually reaching out and they're trying to find a different option, a better option than what they have in their city, in their state, or wherever they live, right? And so they're trying to find a better option for it. So they're putting a lot more effort into finding Mr. Right. You're putting a lot more effort in finding Mrs. Right. And by doing that, I think it really does show that these marriages tend to last longer. There's just a lot more effort that goes into these. You're just not marrying, you know, the woman down at the corner bar. You're really going halfway around the world to find that right person. And I think that speaks volumes to why these marriages tend to last a little bit longer. Now, there's been studies that have been done that show that the actual divorce rate is less among this population than the general population. And I think there's quite a few reasons for that, but I think the main reason is that both the men and the women are really taking their time and trying to find the right person that they're going to be able to build a life with. And they're not just settling for that person next door. And so that's why I think that these marriages actually do last longer. But I always have to chuckle a little bit when I hear people say, well, I heard that, you know, this person from, you know, Russia or from Ukraine or from Colombia came over here and got divorced, so gosh, there must be a problem. It's like, have you looked at the marital statistics, the divorce statistics here in the U.S.? I mean, really? You know, you really can't go by that. You really need to look at the big picture. And I think, you know, the majority of the guys who use our service understand that. And I think it's just, again, goes back to the stereotypes and people trying to put this in one little category and saying, you know, everything is exactly the same for every person that does this. And that just couldn't be further from the truth. You know, a lot of the responsibility falls on the man and the woman, you know, going through this. If you decide that you're going to go through with a marriage, you need to choose wisely. You need to make sure that you nurture your marriage. You need to make sure that you work in the marriage just like you would in any other marriage. And if you do all those things, then you're going to be fine. You know, and I think the opportunity that you have here internationally to find someone is tremendous. That doesn't mean that it has to exclude what you have here domestically. But when you add the two together, it really opens, you know, a lot more windows for you So it just makes sense to utilize.
Interested in meeting the love of your life? Check out our website at
CartagenaDating.com.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Then click on the notice bell to get notified every time we add something new.